So, falling over. It is a lovely sunny day today, and I thought I'd take full advantage of it to get a couple of odds and sods done on the S13. Now, to be fair, the things I actually need to do, they're not that massive anymore. I mean, there's a couple of bolts that need to be tightened. Again, need to bleed the brakes. Can't do that on my own, but I'll get someone to help out with that at some other point. The main focus today is actually going to be the boot lid, because as many of you know, when you buy an S13, the OEM holes that come in it for the spoiler, they rust out, they make massive holes. And unfortunately this one is no different at all. It has got a massive hole in the back of it which has been covered with gaffer tape for the past year. So today I intend to weld it, and hopefully get that sorted. Nice sunny day, so like I said, we'll take advantage. And most people would probably go out and buy a piece of sheet metal to do this. However, I'm kind of going by the theory that the more I recycle, the cheaper it's going to be to get this sorted once and for all. So I'm actually using an old E46 BMW wing that I had lying around this. I don't really know why this is lying around actually, but this is, it's completely rusted out from the previous person who did a very piss poor job of rolling it. So I'm literally just going to cut it out here, just a square big enough for that hole on the boot lid, which I'll show you in a second, and we'll use that. So that's right. So that's the bit I was after anyway. So basically the idea now is that this gets bent to shape, weld it in. Main problem is with these tailgates is basically because of how thin the metal is, they tend to warp quite easily as well. So we're going to have to do it on a really low heat and unfortunately take our time with it, which I'm quite impatient, so that's going to be an interesting one. However, we'll grind all this back in a second. We'll bend it to shape first, grind it back, then weld it in, and then we have to do a layer of body filler over the top of it. And hopefully, that should sort it. When I said there was a big hole in the boot, that's definitely a big hole. So as you can see, I've repaired pretty much the rest of it. But yeah, basically the idea is that this piece of metal is just going to go over that, but obviously go underneath the skin. We'll bend it into shape quickly, and then weld it in place, and then just chuck a layer of filler over the top, and hopefully that should sort it and actually make the car watertight, because the amount of water I've been getting the bloody spare wheel well at the moment is ridiculous, and I'm quite sick of grinding surface rust off of it. As you can see, that's kind of roughly bent to shape anyways. So what that will do, we've got to cut a bit of it off because obviously the hole stops there, so we can pretty much cut, I don't know, maybe sort of that much off of it. And then we'll need to grind it back, and then it will just kind of hopefully slot in underneath. Now, it's a bit awkward because there isn't much room to work with, so that could potentially be a bit interesting. Tell you what, while working on a car, this is probably one of the most ridiculous, inappropriate outfits you could wear. I cannot recommend less. If you're doing like paint or just like light bodywork, you're fine. Welding, grinding, all that stuff in a vest, nah. Anyways, pushing that aside, basically that's us all shaped up now, so that is going to go on the inside of there. So what I need to do initially is basically slide it under that skin, offer up to the car, and we pretty much just need to find somewhere just to kind of hold it in place underneath like that. So we'll chuck a couple of tack welds on it, and then when I'm happy, we'll just kind of go round welding a little bit at a time in different spots. That way we kind of separate the heat a little bit, so hopefully prevent it from warping. To be fair, it might warp a little bit, but even if it does, then we'll be putting body filler on it anyways afterwards, so it shouldn't be too bad, so we should be able to fix it. But yeah, we've got to get going on it now anyway, so catch up in a sec. Finally found a way of holding the plate in place. Turns out I couldn't tack it in place. It was just an absolute nightmare, as per usual. So we've got a couple of tacks in up here, and then we'll need to push this bit just a bit further up and then tack that one in as well. pretty at all, but it is well and truly in place. It's also very, very hot, and I'll always burn myself when I do this. So what I'm going to do in a second, I'm going to need to clean this back, just see what I've got left to deal with. Obviously, it's tacked in loads of different places around, so I wouldn't be able to try even attempt to seam weld that without it just completely warping. As it is, it's already started to flex a bit up here, but kind of had to accept that was probably going to happen anyways. Alright, so now that we've got that tacked in all the way around, again, yeah, it's not going anywhere at all. There's a tiny bit of flex in it, but there isn't the entire skin anyway, so it's not too much to worry about. So basically what I need to do now is just mix up some body filler. We're going to give it a very, very, very generous layer, because there's quite a lot to fill out there, and then we'll have to wait for that to set, and then we can sand it back and hopefully just blend it into the rest of the car. That's completely solid now, that's dried. Basically what I'm just going to do is just take a sanding block to it, just sand it down so it's getting flush with the car. We may need to put another layer of filler. That's the word I was looking for. Another layer of filler on, sand it down to what we're left with. Sand it back again. Right, okay. And there we go. Right, so from where we originally started anyways, obviously having that massive hole in here. Again, basically what we've just done is make up a plate, we've welded it in underneath. And pretty much just covered it in body filler, just so it's nice and smooth. Now in this particular episode, I mean, it's going to be quite short, to be fair, because unfortunately I do have a lot to do this weekend, so I can only work on the car briefly. However, this is something that I've been meaning to do for absolutely ages. Again, like I said, I've had water leaking into my car for the best part of a year, so probably a good thing I got it done. But at least now it's done. It means that when we do come around to painting the boot lid, again, it might just need a couple of little bits and pieces filling, but nothing too drastic. So again, like I said, today's episode anyways was very, very brief. Again, that's just something I needed to get done. And to be fair, I haven't, well, I'm trying to post more regular updates anyway, so even if it's just kind of little jobs, I'm going to try and film them just for the sake of getting some footage up the channel to keep you guys updated on the build. So again, if you would like to see more of this content, if you could rate and subscribe, leave a like, that would be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, hopefully next time round we'll be doing something a tiny bit more interesting than welding up a hole in the boot. But again, had to be done, so yeah. But anyways guys, I will see you next time, and yeah, see you then.